Hi, I'm Chris Colvin. I'm the founder of In the House, and we're a community for general counsel and other in-house attorneys. And each Friday we have our GC Casual Friday discussion at noon Eastern Time. So today we were delighted to be here with Bob Rohlfe, who is the general counsel of Extero Inc., which is an e-discovery company. And they are also the co-sponsor of the 2020 in-house legal benchmarking survey. And In the House and Extero have been working together for a couple of years on this survey, which tries to take the pulse of the in-house legal community and see how things are going and make suggestions for how general counsel and their colleagues can be more effective in their in-house practices. So Bob, first of all, thank you for participating in GC Casual Friday. It's great to have you.
Sure.
Would you mind telling us just a little bit about Extero and a little bit about the survey and what you found most interesting about this year's survey?
Sure. So Xterra was a company that got started on the whole concept that business processes could be applied to legal activities to gain some efficiencies and to address some of the problems that legal have on a day-to-day basis in their operations. So with that, our founder set up a platform type of software and started working in the e-discovery space. And we've since expanded into privacy and other information governance areas. But again, bringing the wisdom and the experience learned from business processes that are time tested to the legal department to help with their operations. So what I got out of the survey here is, first of all, I'm a little surprised at how average my law department is. This was very representative of the kind of things that I face day in and day out. So it gives me some confidence that the survey is pretty accurate. And one of the things that I see when I look through the gist of the survey is that legal really looks like any other department in a company. So the survey kind of reveals that legal managers worry about the same thing any other corporate manager worries about, the layoffs, budgets, service quality, the need to develop metrics so you can build your cases, justify decisions, and get prove your results. The thing is, basically today's world is changing so fast that legal teams that aren't embracing that change are falling behind really quickly. The good news is, the new generation of lawyers are embracing technology. It's clear from the survey that that these solutions are becoming available to cover a bunch of different areas for lawyers. Not just the e-discovery, but contracting, matter management, project management tools, all aimed at helping legal teams manage things more efficiently, save money, be able to do more with less, essentially. And then finally, the other thing that came out of this survey for me is looking at the impact that on legal for getting caught up in current social controversies. A few years ago, privacy and security weren't even part of our lexicon. We didn't talk about them. Today, it's a key piece of this survey. And the survey shows that issues associated with privacy and security cross all the boundaries in the organization. And sometimes the resolution of these issues is driven by legal. Other times we just play an advisory or mitigating role. But to be effective in helping companies manage these privacy and security risks, lawyers have got to understand the technologies, and they've got to be ready to advise on the interactions between technology and regulations. So this is a great survey.
Great. Well, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I agree with basically everything you said, probably everything you said. And I really do think it's important for lawyers to learn from their peers, both lawyers in other companies. In the House does a lot of that with engagement among GCs from different companies, but also your peers within the C-suite. So CLOs can learn from CTOs and COOs and all the other folks in the C-suite, because you're right, lawyers do need to operate more like other people within the business. And you had mentioned during the longer session that we can't be an island anymore, right? The legal department can't be an island. We need to interact with our peers in other departments. And the other key takeaway that I got from this survey was, and this is sort of consistent with your theme of we're not immune anymore. We don't have the luxury of standing apart from other professionals in the business. A full 57% of the in-house lawyers in the survey identified economic pressures, not on their company, but on their own department and even themselves and their colleagues individually as the #1 concern in 2020. Potential layoffs, reduced budgets, et cetera. So this is very much top of mind, and we don't have the luxury of being insulated. And a second key takeaway for me was the metrics, that we really don't do enough metrics still within legal. And again, we can learn from our peers in the tech sector and in the operations community to really have measurable results. And by the way, the two are linked, because when you can demonstrate measurable results and year-over-year improvement, that actually gives you more financial security. If you can justify why your department's budget is actually good for the company and contributing to the bottom line, you're much more secure in your general counsel role or in your overall legal department role at a company. So anyway, thanks again, Bob. That was a great discussion today. I really appreciate you sticking around for this recap. And finally, looking at Portland behind you, I hope you guys if you're watching this later, this is the time when there's a lot of fires on the West Coast impacting places, including Portland. So I hope that the smoke dissipates soon and you guys are back to your lovely, usual situation there in Portland.
Me too. Appreciate the chance to talk with you, Chris, and I'm looking forward to future sessions with this in the house.
Great. Well, thanks so much. And by the way, speaking of which, if you want a copy of the survey, you can reach out to me at chris@inthehouse.org, or you can just email me and find out more about GC Casual Friday and the work we do at In the House. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you all next Friday at noon Eastern, which is when we have these sessions.